Franklin man has found his way to beat the high prices at the pump. He is getting around on electricity.
And a bit of his own human energy, thanks to a hybrid bike he's created. News 2 video journalist Mike Browning has the story.
I think one of the things that really separates us from the high primates is that we're tool builders. And I read a study that measured the efficiency of locomotion for various species on the planet. The Condor used the least energy to move a kilometer. And humans came in with a rather unimpressive showing about a third of the way down the list. It was not too proud of a showing for the crown of creation. So that didn't look so good, but then somebody at Scientific American had the insight to test the efficiency of locomotion for a man on a bicycle. And a man on a bicycle, or a human on a bicycle, blew the Condor away, completely off the top of the charts. And that's what a computer is to me. What a computer is to me is, it's the most remarkable tool that we've ever come up with. And it's the equivalent of a bicycle for our minds.
Strapping on a helmet and hopping on his electric bike is healthy.
It was just fun to ride the bike.
And economical.
But now that gas prices are so high, the bike's already paid for itself in gas savings.
Brown's retrofitted mountain bike is powered by a $150 German-made brushless 400-watt electric motor in the hub of the front wheel and 2 lightweight nickel metal batteries.
All we had to do was just take the tire off the original one and put it on that one, put the batteries on, put the wires on, and it was all set to go.
Wires from the battery pack to the motor run neatly along the mainframe, the throttle much like a motorcycle.
I can get it up to 35 miles an hour. Very quiet, as you can see. It's just like a motorcycle. The more gas you give it, the faster you go.
It cost him $1,300 to build the bike from scratch, but some non-motorized racing bikes can run over $2,000.
In the biking world, the lighter the bike is, the more expensive it is. For electric bikes, you don't need light bikes. You kind of need more heavy-duty stuff, and that's cheaper, actually.
And at a cost of 2 cents of electricity for a 50-mile charge, he says the savings are worth every penny.
If I only ride a couple of miles, I may not have to charge the bike for 2 or 3 days. Yeah, that'd be cool.
He says he uses the bike more than his car.
I go to the post office, I go to the grocery store, I go to the bank. Sometimes I go to events that are in Franklin that are nearby. That way I don't have to worry about parking.
His longest trip, 120 miles to visit his mom in South Tennessee. Already he's clocked over 15,000 miles, saving over $2,500 worth of gas at today's prices.
I go all over the place with this bike.
Brown must pedal to 5 miles per hour before the motor can kick in, but says he still pedals most of the time anyway.
Well, I just pedal for the exercise. I mean, I could just drive it the whole way. A lot of people just assume that I'm, I guess, an insanely strong rider, but I do ride in the bike clubs, but I don't use the motor to blow everyone away. It's just, you know, they have a good time on the ride. With hybrid vehicles being popular, this is a whole lot cheaper than a hybrid vehicle, and you can pretty much do a lot of your errands just as easily with it.
An IT specialist and web designer by trade, Brown says he's already retrofitted bikes for friends. All you need is a 26-inch wheel with a wide fork.
If you can imagine all this, but on a different bike frame.
Brown says all you really need is a desire for the wind at your back and the sheer willingness to pass cars on the open road. In Franklin, Mike Browning, News 2.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.